Hello students, in this lecture we see the next important concept related with the risk. Okay, risk in marketing process. Risk is very important factor. Okay, that's why we have to study in detail about the different types of risk and how to uh, cover or control this risk in marketing. Risk is important element in marketing transactions. Fire, rodents, quality deterioration, price fall, change in taste, habits or fashion, placing the commodity in wrong hands or area are all also associated with marketing risk. So these are the examples of marketing risk. Risk is defined as uncertainty about cost, loss, or damage. So this is important definition. Underline this definition. Risk is defined as uncertainty. Here we do not make any certain point related to cost, loss, or damage. The longer the time lags between production and consumption, the greater the risk. Most of the risk is taken by market middlemen. See here, risk is not taken by any producer, but mostly risk is taken by market middlemen. The bearer of the risk may be better off or worse off. A risk cannot be eliminated because it also carries profit. Now we see the different types of risk. The risk associated with marketing are of three types, namely physical risk, price risk, and institutional risk. What is physical risk? Physical risk includes loss of quantity and quality. It may be due to fire, flood, earthquake, rodents, pest, excessive moisture or temperature, careless handling, improper storage. So these are the examples of physical risk. Now the second type, price risk. Price risk associates with fluctuation in price from year to year or within the year. Third type is institutional risk. Institutional risk include the risk arising out of change in government budget policy, imposition of levies, levies means taxes, price controls, etc. So price control is the very important system. Already I explained this point at the time of first course, inflation. Okay, so price control is one of the monetary measures to control the inflation. Okay, or increase or decrease in the price. Okay, so this is also comes under institutional risk. Now measures to minimize such type of risk. In that first one, reduction in physical loss through fireproof storage, proper packing, and better transportation facilities. Next, transfer of physical loss to insurance companies. Next, minimization of price risk through different points in that fixation of minimum and maximum price by government, dissemination of price information to all sections of society over space and time, effective system of advertising and create a favorable atmosphere for the commodity. Operation of speculation and hedging. This is also one of the technique of minimizing risk. Future trading, forward market, contract farming, contract marketing. So these are the different operations through which you can minimize the risk occurred in marketing process. Now we see in detail about speculation. So the definition is very important for exam point of view. Purchase or sale of commodity. Purchase or sale of commodity at the present price with the object of sale or purchase at some future date at a favorable price. So here purchase of commodity and sale purchase, okay, takes place at present price and sale takes place at future date at favorable price. Okay. So such thing happen in case of speculation. So what is about hedging? It is a trading technique of transferring the price risk. Here you only transfer the price risk. Hedging is the practice of buying or selling futures to offset an equal and opposite position in cash market and hence avoid the risk of uncertain changes in prices. So speculation is different technique and hedging is different technique. Now what is future trading? It is a device for protecting against the price fluctuations which normally arises in course of marketing of the commodities. Stockists, processors, manufacturers utilize the future contracts to transfer the price risk faced by them. So future trading is also important technique. Here you can control the price fluctuation in this technique. So now we discuss the next important point, difference between speculation and hedging, and this point asked in your final exam many times in many question papers. So concentrate on this point. Speculation, here in first difference I mentioned purchase and sale in cash as well as in future markets, means here in future markets cash is available in later stage, are made with the object of making profit. So here main objective of speculator who perform this function, the name of that middleman is called as speculator and his main objective is to get the profit. What is hedger or hedging? The purchase and sale in cash and future markets are made to protect oneself against the excessive price fluctuation. So this is the difference between speculation and hedging. Now, second difference, the activities of buying and selling are not necessarily opposed to each other. Here, buying and selling, this activity is not opposed to each other. But here, in this hedging technique, the activities of buyers and sellers always opposed to each other. Oppose means sometimes buyers quantity is different, sometimes sellers quantity is different. Okay, so such things happen in case of hedging. Now, third difference in speculation, it is not necessary that two types of transactions should be of equal quantity in case of speculation. But here, in case of hedging, it is obligatory to buy and sell goods in equal quantities in the two markets. So this is the difference between speculation and hedging. And last difference point, speculator purchase and sell goods when price rise as per his expectation. But here in case of hedging, the commodities are not stored by traders. Only the difference in price is given or taken on the due date. Due date means next another date. So this is the major difference point related with the speculation and hedging. Now the next point about contract farming or contract marketing. Contract farming is evolving an institutional arrangement of alternative marketing in India. Experience shows that there is considerable saving of inputs and rising profitability due to introduction of technology and effective extension service. It is also successful in crop diversification in many states such as tomato in Punjab and Haryana. So this is the example of crop diversification. Then contract farming is a bi-party agreement between farmer and industry to supply the agreed quantity at a specified date. Services provided by sponsoring firms range from supply of inputs, extension service, quality monitoring to purchase of output. So uh, such type of concepts you can observe in which particular point contract farming, and with the help of contract farming also you can cover the risk in marketing process. So these are the different techniques in for minimizing risk in marketing. Thank you.